Welcome back, Fresh Coast fans, to another Fresh Coast 40K Bat Rep here at Gamer Sanctuary, Flint, Michigan. We've got a special treat for you. Brother Maelstorm, back from the deserts of Utah. Unfortunately, didn't bring his own Necrons or Blood Wolf's army, so he's going to be borrowing my Star Phantoms for today. I'm going to be playing against him with Eldar. We've got 1850 points, 6th edition. We're going to be fudging a little bit of the rules here to fit the army a little bit better. And we'll talk about that as we see what we've got. So let's take a look at the Eldar first. All right, let's get a quick look at the table here. We're going to be playing the Relic mission. The Relic will be deployed right on top of that building for all of us to come capture. And we have a standard long table edge deployment. As far as my army today, I have a Farseer with Fortune, Doom, and Guide, and a Wave Serpent with 10 Dire Avengers. The Wraith Seer, because he's one of my new favorite units. He has a D cannon and a pair of Wraith Lords flanking him, both with Bright Lances and missile launchers. The prerequisite Wraith Guard are in the Wave Serpent back here, with a Spirit Seer upgrade on the Warlock. I also have a squad of 5 Dark Reapers with Exarch and Tempest Launcher, bravely standing on top. I think they're the best Marine killers in the game at a range, so we'll see how much powered armor they can take out. I also do have 2 squads of Pathfinders that will be deploying once Maelstorm gets his stuff on the table. So let's see what he has for today. Alright, as far as the Star Phantom army today, we have 2 tactical squads, 1 in a Rhino and 1 in a Drop Pod. And they are identical: Power Fist, Combi Melta Sergeant, Melta Gun, and missile launchers. We have a Mortis Pattern Contemptor with 2 carries, Assault Cannons, and the Cyclone missile launchers. A whopping 14 shots a turn. 9 Terminators, 1 Heavy Flamer, 1 Chain Fist. Librarian with 2 powers from the deck. He's got Molten Beam and Life Leech. We have another Dreadnought in a Drop Pod with a Multi-Melta.
Empty Drop Pod.
And I guess the second Drop Pod, the Troops Drop Pod, is actually going to be just a roadblock. The troops are not going to be deploying from it. We have the Cestus Assault Ram, which the Terminators may or may not be coming out of, and escorting it, a Storm Talon with Last Cannons. We are kind of, like I said, we're going to fudge some of the reserve rules, because frankly, we just don't really like them. We like the fact that you should be able to reserve your entire army if you like, rather than 50%. So one of the best parts about this new rulebook, in our opinion, is that they encourage you as much as possible, as much as you need to change the rules. Say if you don't like it, don't use it. And we're choosing not to use that one for today, because it just doesn't fit, in my opinion, a Space Marine army. So we're going to tune in at the top of turn 1 after Brian has had a chance to deploy. Alright, top of turn 1. Eldar just advanced. The Wave Serpent zoomed in for to make a run at the, we're calling it the an Imperial Data Core. It's just the guts of a Drop Pod left over and turned into objective markers. 1 Wraith Lord ran himself up here to kind of take the hill. The Wraith Seer and the other Wraith Lord are advancing slowly, mostly due to poor run rolls. The Dark Reapers took a guided shot at the Marines and managed to plink off one of them, the only one they could actually see. But otherwise, not much else. I forgot to deploy my scouts, so I think they're just going to come in from an outflank. Yeah, not a smart move on my choice. But we'll go back to the bottom. Here we are with Brian's deployment. I forgot I wanted to show that first. We've got a tactical squad in the Rhino. Another tactical squad advancing on foot. They are going to be moving up the hill towards the objective. The Mortis Pattern Contemptor is hiding behind the building, smartly, because otherwise he's just going to draw fire like crazy. That building has absolutely no windows, so nobody can see him, and he's in cover perfectly. Everything else is going to be in reserve, and I did kind of want to show off this. For those of you guys who are interested in GW products, this is the Servo Skull tape measure that was wonderfully painted up by the owner of Gamer Sanctuary, Chad. I just want to show that off to all you guys. It's on the web. It is beautiful, yeah. This is one of Brian's commission pieces, I guess. Yeah, but it looks kind of nice, but we'll see how well the GW tape measure actually holds. All right, bottom turn 1 sees the Star Phantom line advance towards the objective. A lucky snapshot took a hull point off the Wave Serpent over here. The Dreadnought disembarked from his Drop Pod. Near perfect scatter, did not go off the board. He's about an inch away from going off the board. The Dreadnought was able to disembark an inch away from the back hatch, so I'm going to have to emergency disembark the Dire Avengers inside, unless I can manage to blow up the Dreadnought, which is always, you know, a possibility with all the Bright Lances I have. But yeah, he has immobilized the Wave Serpent and is effectively stalling my chance to take the objective. As far as other shooting, the Mortis Pattern Contemptor unloaded on the Spirit Seer, or the Wraith Seer, excuse me.
14 hits.
Hit 14 times and only 2 wounds because of that toughness 8. And I did make the one Feel No Pain save because rending weapons no longer care about Feel No Pain. And the Forge World FAQ says the Feel No Pain given by the Wraith Seer is a 4+. Otherwise, that's about it. He's not leaving me much to shoot at, but we'll see what I can do in my turn. See if my forgotten about Pathfinders can come in from reserve. All right, top of turn 2. Wraith Lords all advance. Just about everything took shots at the Mortis Pattern and either completely whiffed or failed to get through its armor 13. The Dreadnought back here was killed by the Wraith Guard, jumped out and showed what Wraith Cannons can do. They're about to turn around and protect the objective, so the rest of my infantry, who can now disembark safely from the Wave Serpent, can go up and grab it. My Pathfinders came in. I got one squad coming in here, and the other squad is way in the corner, trying to take some pot shots at Brian's Marines skirting up the hill. That's about it. Shooting. Took out one more Marine with the Wraith Lord, and then he assaulted through cover and trapped him in combat, and a whole lot of armor saves and Feel No Pains from the Wraith Lord, and whiffing from him and the Sergeant ended up in a completely deadlock combat with 0 casualties. But he's doing his job and he's tying up potential scoring units. So we will go into the bottom of turn 2 and see what reserves Brian can bring in. He's got the Cestus, the Storm Talon, and 10 Terminators left to come on. Oh, and an empty drop pod, that's right. Let's not forget the empty drop pod. All right, bottom of turn 2. Brian got half his reserves in. The Terminators deep struck in, split up the squad with the Heavy Flamer, took out 2 of the Wraith Guard, and the other squad here took out 4 of my Pathfinders. He's definitely going for my troops, knowing that the only way I can grab the objective is with them. The Wave Serpents took a couple more shots, but nothing ended up happening with them. The Mortis Pattern Contemptor unloaded again on the Spirit Seer and managed to drop off 2 wounds. Thankfully, I remember he has an invulnerable save, otherwise he would have been toast. But otherwise, again, not much else has happened.
Wound off the big guy at the top?
Yeah, in close combat over here, the Wraith Lord stuck in. Again, rolling 1s to wound on up strength 10 is never fun. But the Sergeant managed to take a wound off him with his Power Fist, even though he's got the Feel No Pain up. So it's getting dicey. We're gonna start fighting over the top of the hill, moving into the top of turn 3. Top of turn 3, not very good for the Eldar. Dire Avengers get out, and along with the Wraith Guard and the Dark Reapers, unload into the Terminators, and only managed to kill 3 of them. That's an awful lot of saves that they made. The Dark Reaper Exarch actually managed to scatter one of his blasts and kill one of my Wraith Lords, or Wraith Guards. So I was not happy about that. That Terminator squad is untouched. The Wave Serpent over here is kind of trying to block them as much as possible. Over here in the middle, the Wraith Lord lost combat to... he lost 1 wound to a crack grenade and then 1 more wound to the Sergeant with Power Fist. It finally managed to kill 2 Marines. So again, another bat rip where my Wraith Lords are stunningly ineffective. Over here, I knocked a hull point off the Mortis Pattern, moved my Spirit Seer or Wraith Seer around the corner, and that Wraith Lord took some shots, but not looking very good. We'll see if Brian's reserves can come in and drop that large melted template, I guess, on the Dire Avengers. I know that's what he's going for. So we'll see at the bottom of 3. All right, here we are at the bottom of turn 3. Both of Brian's Flyers came in. Net total, they killed 2 Dire Avengers and the 1 remaining Pathfinder in the squad. But the Heavy Flamer took out way too many of my Dire Avengers. Terminators here assaulted the Wave Serpent and blew it up. That's pretty much it. My Pathfinders over there, who are way out of the game because I don't know what the heck I'm doing with them. Only managed to lose 2 of them to the Mortis Pattern Contemptor, so he's been incredibly effective. But we'll see if I can't deny Brian the objective in the middle. He has a tactical squad underneath. They're ready to grab it next turn. So let's move into turn 4. This is probably going to be the last turn. Seems to be a habit with my Eldar, turn 4 losing. Let's try to correct that later when we play Muggins. Top of floor was predictably bad for the Eldar. I guided the Wraith Guard to try to knock out the Cestus and failed miserably. The Reapers took some shots at the Storm Talon and missed as well. The Wraith Lords advanced up the hill with the idea of possibly charging the Marines, but they were too far away. So they just decided to turn and shoot at the Contemptor and only managed to knock off another hull point. So he's been incredibly resilient. We're starting to see how hull points can actually be much more useful, because otherwise the glancing hits would have been keeping him from shooting this entire game. With hull points, he's still able to keep trucking. And that's about it. The Eldar are down to very few models on the table, and we'll see if they can get wiped off in the bottom of turn 4. All right, we're hauling it at the bottom of turn 4 again. This time it wasn't a complete wipeout. I don't have a whole lot left, though. The Terminators assaulted in, blew up the Wave Serpent. Farseer's okay. I lost the Wraith Seer. The Pathfinders over there got wiped out by the Dreadnought. The Marines managed to grab the objective and are hiding with it underneath the building. So yeah, things are looking very bleak. The best I could hope for is that Wraith Lord gets in there and I guess we'll manage to assault and tie up the Marines for a little while. It's possible we can keep going, but we're, due to time, we actually have to leave. So we're going to call this one. Brian has me beat 3 points for the main objective, 1 point here for the having a unit in my deployment zone. So we're 4-0. Eldar lost again. Excellent playing with Brian. Haven't had a chance to play with him since January or so. And we're looking forward to the next time he's back here in Michigan. So yeah, say hi again. Yeah, you keep grinning. This is what, the third time you've managed to play one of the Fresh Coast gang on their birthdays and absolutely destroy them. The first one was who was the first one?
Your army against your army.
Yeah, I know that's what adds insult to injury. But I know you beat Adam on his birthday, and was it Mike? You beat Mike on his birthday as well. So yeah, I'm just the latest in a long line to fall on their birthday.
No gifts.
No, unfortunately. A lot of fun though. Always a great time playing Brian. So tune back in next time. Muggins and myself are going to be playing. I believe we're going to do 2,000 points Eldar and Tyranids. So hopefully we'll have a little bit better luck.